If you bought this house, you would never have neighbors build across from you. If you bought this house, you'd never run out of hot water. If you bought this house, you'd never have to worry about the quality of your water. If you bought this house, you'd have epoxy garage floors. If you bought this house, you'd have a workbench room in your... If you bought this house, you'd have all these nice shelves to put all your... If you bought this house, you'd never be without power because you've got a whole house generator. If you bought this house, you'd have an upgraded 18 series HVAC downstairs. If you bought this house, not only would you have a fully fenced backyard, no one could ever build behind you. If you bought this house, you'd never have to stain your deck because it's Trex decking. If you bought this house, you wouldn't even have to buy a grill because it comes with one. If you don't like bugs, you should buy this house because it has a screened-in porch. If you bought this house, you wouldn't even have to touch the faucet to turn it on. If you bought this house, you'd have a pocket door to your pantry. If you bought this house, you could splash as much as you wanted in the shower because the tile goes all the way up to the ceiling. If you bought this house, you'd have a first floor guest suite with a bathroom so your elderly parents didn't have to go up the stairs. If you bought this house, you'd have this drop zone. If you bought this house, this would be your laundry room. If you bought this house, your microwave would be hidden in the island. If you lived in this house, you'd have a main floor master suite. If you bought this house, you basically have a room for a master closet because this is only half of it. If you bought this house, you could hide your sink in the bathtub. If you bought this house, you'd have a bench in the master shower. If you bought this house, you'd have a formal dining room. If you bought this house, you'd have a golf cart plug. If you bought this house, you'd have this big old front porch. If you bought this house, you'd have so much storage, you'd need to buy more stuff. If you bought this house, you could make your kids stay upstairs and they wouldn't starve because they'd have a second floor kitchenette. If you bought this house, you'd have 2 guest rooms upstairs. If you bought this house, you'd get a lot of steps in because you've got 2 flex spaces upstairs. One of them all the way at the end of this really long hallway. If you bought this house, the only place you would find carpet is on these stairs. If you bought this house, you'd be able to display all the books that you never read on these built-in bookshelves. If you bought this house, you'd have a gas cooktop and all of the appliances have 5-year parts and labor warranties. If you bought this house, I'd probably make you some homemade cookies instead of these store-bought ones.